everybody, welcome back to Cubing 101. My name is Joe, I'm your host of Cuber. In today's video, I'll show you how to solve that unicorn cube, complete with how to solve for that parity. And if you already tried solving the cube, you're going to know that there's going to be like one corner, one of these corners is going to be rotated. The whole cube will be solved except for that one corner. And now what do? Well, it's just another parity that we're going to push through, and I'll definitely make sure that I cover that one in detail. It's not going to be a big deal. It's probably going to be a lot easier than you think it's going to be. So if you have the cube, let's go ahead and scramble it up and we'll get started. Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, so hi everybody, this is the unicorn cube, and this is what it looks like when it's all solved, with white on top, red facing us, green on the left, blue on the right, and of course orange in the back and yellow on the bottom. The first thing that we're going to do when scrambling is understand that these corners rotate just like this. Okay, so where to start? Okay, so let's get that part out of the way. All right, so the corners rotate, and what we're looking to do is just to scramble it is just go ahead and turn one corner and then take another corner and do a 180-degree turn. Okay, so that way the cube is still you still maintain the corner, okay, everywhere. You can't do like a 90-degree turn and still think that you can rotate the corner. It doesn't match up. You have to continue with that turn, right? So same thing with the whole cube, right? So if you just do a 2R, you can rotate that. You can do 2 or an F or 2F and rotate that. And the point is you want to separate all these pieces out, these larger pieces from these smaller pieces, right? So to do that, you just rotate it out of the way, okay? And then you just do another move, right? Just like that. Let's rotate this one out of the way. Let's just go ahead and now keep in mind that if you rotate one out of the way, you might be putting another one in. So just turn it twice so that it's all mixed up, right? So you definitely just want to look the cube over and see if you have anything else that you need to mix up. Like that one was good, done, and let's mix this one up. So let's just do another turn, right? So you mixed, you separated these two colors and these two colors and these two colors, so that's good. Then just go ahead and do your like a 3x3 kind of rotations. Here's another one. Okay, here's an orange one. Let's separate these two, right? And just simply turn that out of the way. So let's just look around and see if everything's been separated. These are good, these are good, these are good, these are good. And on the bottom, these, and these are all separated. So everything's all separated. And you also want to see if you can take these center pieces off of off their position as well, right? So for example, what I can do is rotate that. I'll rotate the top, okay, and then let's turn it like not like this because you're putting another one in, another orange to orange, but if you just kind of turn it again, you've rotated that green off of this green's color, and you rotated, well, one of these oranges off of this one. So that's good. So these two colors don't match orange. These two colors don't match green. These two colors don't match red, and these two colors don't match blue. These two colors don't match white, and well, these two do match all together. So let's see if we can do something about that. All right, so we'll just turn that, and let's turn this one this way. Okay, so now everything's all scrambled up. Oh, well, I saw that this one popped back in, so let's just turn it one more time, right? Okay, so that's good right there, right? So everything in the entire cube is all scrambled up properly. So now you can just go ahead and do a basic 3x3 90-degree scramble, right? Just scramble everything 90 degrees just like you would any other cube, or you know, you can do 180 degrees, whatever you want to do, you know, just get it all mixed up. And very quickly the cube looks a lot different now than it did before, right? It's got all kinds of crazy patterns going on. So let me show you how to go ahead and fix that. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain this to you as clearly as possible. Let's have a look at this centerpiece, and this centerpiece, okay? The ultimate goal here is to have a rotatable corner, but I can't do that unless either this piece or this piece is in this position, okay? So just watch. Either this piece or this piece is in this position, so let's just put either one. And either this piece or this piece is in this position. We'll just choose either one. Okay. Now, that's, I guess let's consider that the setup move. Making sure that this corner is pointing to this corner is pointing to this corner, and this corner is pointing to this corner. Okay. Now, the second thing that we have to do is make sure that this piece, and this piece are correct. Okay. I'm not worried about them being matched up. That's for later. Right now, we're just concentrating on getting this thing into a solvable state. So this one's actually correct, and you'll see that in just a minute. This one needs to be rotated, so we're just going to replace it with one that is rotated, already rotated, I mean. So let's replace this piece with this one. Okay, so I'm just going to move this one out of the way. I'll replace it with this, and then I'll turn it back. Okay. So now you see that I've got a line here, okay? And that's the start of having a rotatable corner. If I flip this one or replace it with one that's already flipped, then I'll be able to rotate this corner, right? So let's find one that's already flipped. How about this one right here? Okay, we'll move this out of the way. I'll take this one, put it in this position, replace it with this one, and then return it. Okay. And now I've got this corner, this corner, this corner all correct. This piece, and this piece correct. So that allows me to rotate this corner. Okay. So I've got one corner freed up, but we have 3 more to go. We got to do this one, and this one. Okay. So let's rotate so that the corner that we just did is in the back. Okay, let's work on this one. Well, remember, the first thing that we want to do is make sure that this corner is pointing to this, and it is. Let's get either this one or this one in this position. Let's just turn this one. Okay, and just by sheer luck, okay, everything had worked itself out, right? I had put this piece in its correct position, this piece in its correct position, this piece in its correct position, but this one, and this one just happened to be in the correct orientation to allow me to turn this corner. So now I have 2 corners out of 4 that are correct. Okay, so let's flip this upside down so that the 2 corners that are correct are now on the bottom, here and here. Okay, so to be able to move the cube, you're going to have to put these back, right? But mental note is that the solved corners are on the bottom, in this position and in this position. Okay, so let's have a look at what's going on here, right? So this corner right here is pointing to this, which is good. This corners point to this one, which is good. And this corner is pointing to this one, which is good. This piece is in its correct position because you see that it forms that line right there. This piece is in its correct position because you see that it forms this line right there and right there, okay? But where I'm being blocked is this piece right here, okay? This piece does not belong here in this orientation. So I need to get another piece that does belong in this orientation. So I could actually put this piece here, okay? And the way I do that is I can move, you know, and you got to be creative the way you do these things, right? So let's move this one down. Okay, it's right there. We'll take this one and put it up here, and then we'll replace it with this one and then turn it back. Okay, so now that this one's orientated correctly, so I can now spin this corner, right? And that didn't affect the bottom either, right? So here's the bottom, right? And here's the one that we just did. So now we have one corner left, okay, on what we're calling the top. So let's turn that cube so that the correct corners, or the completed corners, back here, and we have to work on this, okay? And where my solution differs from everybody else that I've ever seen, what I do is I understand that this piece and this piece need to be flipped, okay? They just need to be turned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two pieces that need to be flipped, and I'm going to turn that cube just like this, okay? So that, and I'm ignoring everything else. It's just this piece and this piece that that my attention is focused on, and I'm going to do an adjacent edge swap. Okay, so if you remember, or if you don't remember, let me refresh your memory. What an adjacent edge swap is, it's 2R U, 2R U, 2R 1 2, 2R 1 2, 2R U, 2R UI, 2R. Okay, and then just like that, every corner is free to move. Okay, so now we can start moving on to the next step. All right, and the next step is going to be to start matching up the center pieces. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to that. In this part of the solve, what we're looking to do is maintain the solvability of the cube. So we have to do everything in 180-degree rotations. Okay, so we maintain the corner situation, right? Because if we only did a 90-degree rotation, then we can no longer rotate this corner, and the cube's going to be all screwed up again. So let's get that back. And what we're looking to do here is we'll start with the white. We want to place this corner in this position. Okay, and let's find the other white that goes right there. So let's go ahead and turn the cubes, and we'll find it. It's right there. So it's easy enough to put those in, right? So the whites are complete. Let's start working on the rest of these. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over so that the white is on the bottom. Okay, so the white's down here. And we're going to use this yellow piece as a, let's call it a central hub, and where we're going to rotate pieces in and out of. So for example, this blue can go here. Okay, so all I have to do is rotate this up. Okay, turn this 180 degrees, 1, 2, and then rotate down. Okay, and then that piece is in. So I have a yellow and a red. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to place this red here. All right, so let's just go ahead and rotate this, and we can just rotate that down. Okay, so that's good. That's another way of putting it in. We'll rotate. We have an orange up here, so let's rotate the cube until we see the orange side. So what we can do is rotate this, and see, if we just put this orange here, right, it's going to turn this blue off. So watch that blue. So when I turn that orange in, yes, I'm putting the orange in, but I just took that blue off that I just put in. So let's not do that. Instead, let's take this orange right here and put it in this position. So just rotate that, okay? And what we can do is now rotate this orange down, okay, into position. Yeah, we turned this one off, but watch what we're going to do. We're going to rotate this back, okay, and then rotate this back so that this orange comes back over here and this blue comes back over here, okay? So now we have a green up there, okay? So let's rotate this cube, and we'll rotate until we get to the green side. And what I can do here is, instead of just rotating down, Okay, just instead of doing that like we've been doing, because I don't want to move this one out of the way. I just placed it correctly, you know. So let's move this one out of the way. The one on top. We'll take this piece, put it up here. Okay, rotate this so that when you rotate it back, the red comes back to red, and then the green comes back to green. Okay, and that's how we use the yellow as a central hub. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with this blue. Okay, in fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this blue and we're going to replace it with this one. Okay, we'll take that green and put it in this position and then rotate back. When I rotate back, I'm rotating back that orange to orange and that blue to blue. Okay, and now we have a green. Okay, and we can do basically the same thing. Take this green, bring it right there. Okay, rotate that yellow into position and then rotate back. Okay, so you have green to green and red to red and yellow to yellow, and this is complete, this is complete, 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 and complete. So just like that, using the yellow as a central hub, you can go ahead and shuffle all those pieces into position. Okay, let's move on to the next step.